Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Lali and I'm 18 years old, and yeah, let's dig into it. So for today's video, I'm gonna be doing my makeup, and while I'm doing my makeup, we're gonna discuss a few quotes and advices that I think everyone should hear about for 2025. And yes, Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope you have a great year and what you wanted to accomplish in 2024 and you didn't, I think it's your chance to do it in 2025. Okay, let's start. So first I'm gonna put on my moisturizer, which is from the Body Shop. It is a vitamin E. I just bought it like 2 days ago, so I'm not sure if it is good because 2 days is not enough to actually get a right review. So yes. The first one, stop overthinking about everything so much that you start to hurt your heart and break it. Mostly the people who feel insecure about themselves. Sorry, I have my mirror over here, and sometimes I've gotta look here to actually check myself. So what I was saying, sometimes people, especially the ones who feel insecure about themselves or their friend group or their body, it doesn't matter about anything, they start to overreact about a lot of things that are especially happening around them, and they overthink every single situation, and it's pretty normal. Yes, we do it, but we have to understand that what we're doing is actually the reason why we lack our energy or why we feel bad about ourselves, because we make ourselves feel bad about the situation that happened, but we're just getting a wrong perspective mostly about that particular situation. So I don't think it is really worth of stressing ourselves out over something that doesn't need this much discussion. So again, if you're overreacting, you have to understand that that might be the reason why your heart is broken. So I think we might have to change that for this year and work on ourselves and our thoughts, right? I think I'm right. Yes. So the next one is actually my favorite. Worrying about something before it happens only will put you through it twice. And for example, like if you are attending a meeting and the night before that, we mostly stress ourselves out about thinking how it's gonna go, what it's gonna be like, and stuff like that. And we stress ourselves, we feel like we're not gonna be good enough for that event or something like that. So first time we stress ourselves is the night before that event, for example, when we start to overreact about what might happen, which didn't happen yet, but we're overthinking about it. And the second time when we stress ourselves out is exactly in that specific moment when we're actually attending that event or meeting. It doesn't matter. The third one is life in front of you is more important than life behind you. And it is actually so true. If you want to grow, if you want to get better with yourself or your mental state, then you have to move on. When we think about our past, I know it's normal to think about our past, but we have to understand that thinking about it and actually being stuck with the thought of what happened in the past is very different and very different. So basically, what happened in the past is a history that we cannot change no matter what we do. I understand that you have to analyze some things and think about it, what happened, but there has to be the time when you actually stop thinking about it and move forward. Because if you don't, and you just stay there and think about what happened in the past, it won't move you anywhere. It just will let you stay on the same place that you've been for, I don't know, for as long as you've been thinking about it. So think twice before you complain about your past. You just have to learn from your mistakes or from your past, and for the future you have to use them right. And that's all that it takes. There is no need for us to stay in the past and not worry about our future, because our future is way more important than our past. The next one is, I think from my perspective, is very sweet, that I really would love for you to remind these to yourself every single day. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made when you didn't know better. That is such a sweet saying, and I love it so much. So basically, we sometimes make mistakes because we don't know what the subject is that we have to go through it. For example, like in school with the tests, when we don't know the question, we answer it wrong, right? Yes. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't like work on it and actually get the right answer from it, but it just means that sometimes we are allowed to forgive ourselves for what happened. You just gotta work with it, and for the next time you have to be ready. The next one, mistakes won't hold you back, not learning from them will. And I think it's pretty obvious of what it says, right? Yes. Whatever mistake we make, we have to actually figure it out and learn from it and do better for the next time. Oh, I put it a little bit too much. The next one is, no reason to stay is a good reason to go. I think it's pretty important that we remind this to ourselves every single day, because sometimes we push ourselves to be somewhere with someone that we don't feel comfortable next to them, or we feel like it's a waste of time being there. Well, if you think that way, then you have to know that your mind is telling you to leave, because there is no reason for you to be in such a place which makes you feel like you're wasting your time of your life, which we all know is very important, right? Yes, obviously. Don't waste your time or either energy over something that you know you cannot control. For example, like let's say simply over people. When we sometimes try so hard with our full energy to, for example, like change someone's perspective over something, or to even change someone, like a person, you have to understand that it is not your responsibility to do that. And you should never feel that you have the control over someone. Because when you do, you might have control over someone. You just don't have to remind yourself that. You have to let it slide as it goes. So trying to control something that is under someone else's control is just a waste of energy. And I don't think anyone wants to waste their energy over something that cannot be changed, right? Yes. Use that energy for something good and better. A negative mind will never lead to a happy life, and I've tried that on myself, and I think everyone at least once in their lifetime have experienced that in their life, right? For example, when I was overthinking about stuff, there were moments of my life which everything that was going on through my mind was negative, and nothing good was going on in my mind. And looking back to it from now, if I would have stopped worrying about stuff like that with no reason, I could have just stopped thinking about it and let it go, but I didn't. But looking from this perspective, if I would have done it, life would have been so much easier and happier. So for 2025, think about it more deeply and maybe give yourself a little bit more positivity to actually manifest a good and happy life, right? The next one I think is going to be more like a reminder for everyone. There are 3 simple rules in life. love needs action, trust needs proof, and forgiveness needs change. So let's dig into it. Love, of course, needs actions. If we don't show that we're in love or we appreciate someone, I don't think they're gonna believe us that we actually do, because sometimes only saying that we love you or I love you, sometimes it's not enough for someone. And I don't think I will also settle down for a man who will just tell me that he loves me and that'll be just it. Who would want that, right? Nobody. So love needs actions. Trust needs proof. I think that's very obvious, right? If you want someone to trust you, you need to earn it. You need to make them believe that you are that trustworthy person and they can trust you with their full guts, right? Yes, it's pretty easy to talk about it, not to do it, of course. But yes, we have to say it out loud, because if we don't, then we forget about it. And the third one, forgiveness and sorry needs a change. If we try to ask for someone's forgiveness, but for the next time we also do the same, I don't think they're either gonna love us, they're either gonna trust us or anything. They wouldn't want to do anything with us, right? Yes, so if you're asking for someone's forgiveness, then you have to be ready not to do it again. Or if you know that you are going to do it again, then do not say sorry, because there is no point into wasting your words on something that you will not do. The next one, don't let anyone who has never been in your shoes tell you how to tie your laces. I think that's very beautiful. Sometimes when people tell us that, for example, like they judge us for our looks or for the way that we speak, the way that we think, or for our lives, they have not lived the same life as you have. They haven't been living in the same body as you have. They don't know what they're talking about. They just see it from the outside, where everything looks so easy. For example, if I went up to a doctor and told him how to do this surgery, which I have no idea about how to do one, will he listen to me? No, because I've never been into his shoes or her shoes, right? I've never been a doctor, so why would he listen to me and do the things that I tell him? I don't think that's gonna be fair. The next one is my truly favorite. A yes from God blesses you. A no from God protects you. And waiting on God prepares you. And that's so beautiful. So, a yes from God is an approval, and kind of like we know that God is with us when He approves on what we're doing. We know that we're on the right path and we know that we're in a good place. When we get a no from God, we don't have to think in a negative way that why didn't God let us do it? We have to understand that the reason why He didn't let us do it might have been the reason why we're still healthy or alive. Yes, sometimes it happens that way too. And when we're waiting on God, it prepares us for the upcoming answers. Here's the next one. If you have the ability to love yourself first. Because there is pretty much nothing more important than actually loving ourselves. But here's the trick. If you don't know how to love yourself, then there is no way that you can actually truly love someone else. If you do, then I don't think it's gonna be the realest one, or I don't think it's gonna be fair to yourself. Why would it be? The next one I think is gonna be very inspiring for a lot of you. So be the reason why someone believes in a good people. For example, if I am the reason why someone really believes that there is something good left in this world, I would feel like I won in life. I think I would. And that'll be fair, right? Yes. Patience is also a form of action. If you start to learn how to be patient with something or with your life, you are actually starting to act and go even more closer to your destination. For example, I just started a YouTube channel, right? Now, if I don't have enough patience with what I'm doing, and if I just posted one video and my thoughts were gonna be like, no, this video has to get 1 million views, will that be fair to myself? No. I have to work with it. I have to improve something every single day, right? And as I do, and as I get more and more patient with it, but patience doesn't mean that you have to stop actually putting your work into something. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that what you're doing might take time, but it doesn't mean that you have to stop doing it and think that it just doesn't work out. No. If I just stop, will that change anything? No. I will just stop in one place. But being patient and actually starting to, for example, in my position, start to post more and more on YouTube, I think I'll get somewhere, right? So I have to be patient with what I'm doing, because that is the key to success. Once is a mistake, but twice is a choice. And I think that's very important for some people out there to hear. For example, if you are thinking about letting your ex get into your life, think why you broke up in the first place. And you have to remember that if you let that ex-lover into your life again, what might happen there, the mistake might repeat itself, right? You have to understand that this was your choice. This was the decision that you made, knowing that it might have happened again, and you let it yourself do it. So don't blame anyone else but yourself. Think twice before you make a decision about something that happened before. Yep, this is way better. It is my new lipstick from Prada, and it's very soft and it feels so good on my lips, and I like it so much. The next one is gonna be my go-to quote for 2025, I think. Don't lose your mind over people who don't mind losing you. That is so true. If someone doesn't care enough about you that they really worry about losing you, then I don't think you should be the one dragging them into your life to stay with you. No. And last but not least, the longer you stay on a wrong train, the more expensive it will get for you to go back home, right? Yes, if you see that you are on a wrong path and you feel like you're missing something out there and it's not working out for you perfectly, and you feel like this is not something that you should be doing, then leave it. There's no way to stay there if it doesn't make you comfortable and if it doesn't make you see your future with it, right? So the deeper you get into something that feels like that, the harder it will get for you to actually drag yourself out of it. So I think that is gonna be it for today. I finished my makeup too, nothing special, but no makeup thing. I like it. I really hope that this year will work out for everyone, and whatever dreams and goals we have for 2025, right? Yeah, 2025, I think we will be able to actually make it through. And those were the quotes and advices that I would recommend for you to think about a little bit more, because they actually, once I heard them, they did change a lot of perspective about my life and in general about life. So take a double look on what the quotes were and think a little bit more deeper with yourself about it, and give yourself a specific reasons and examples and prove them right to yourself. And once you'll do that, I think you'll be on a right path with your life and with what you're doing. and comment down below what you want me to discuss for my next video. Anything, any questions that you have, just comment down below and I will try my best to answer you all from my experience. Thank you all for listening, and kisses to you, and have a great day. Love you.